How's it going? So funny story. I'm a comedian, by the way, if you guys are wondering. Uh, true story. The last time I was on stage here, I actually went by Dionysus. I thought it would be cool to maybe some people remember, but for some reason I thought it'd be cool to like go on with a name Dionysus. I thought I'd like live this double life, comedian at night, professional during the day. But anyway, my name's Phil Draz. That's my actual name, and if you want to look me up on Instagram, you can. I don't really care if you do or not. So it's out there. But yeah, it's me and then another friend of mine, which I like to call Pimpy, which is my pimple that I brought out tonight. And I don't know if anybody here has breakouts, but I do think that they tend to happen at like the worst times. It's always one of those things where you get out of the shower and you're like, oh, that's something I can take care of. It's just a little pimple, and you take the tweezers out and you mess with it a little bit, and all of a sudden, like, half of your face is bloated up. But anyway, I'm happy. I'm in my 30s, and I have to say, like, one of the best parts about being in your 30s is that you get less breakouts, which is great. There's also downsides of being 30. I would say the online dating apps start to shrivel up a little bit. Is anybody here on an online date tonight by chance? Anybody? Oh, nice. Yeah, I like to say that there's a spectrum when it comes to the dating apps. So I put Tinder on one side. I say, Tinder's let's have like the best night of our life. Let's party. Let's get crazy. Bumble's kind of like your 27, 28. Let's go out. Hinge is like your let's get married as quickly as we possibly can. So maybe that makes sense to some people who are on the online dating apps. But anyway, I've like dated all over the world. I've lived in, I'm originally from the Midwest, Chicago. And then I lived out in Boston for the last few years. I lived in Taiwan for a few years. Now I'm out in Vegas. So I feel like I kind of have like a good perspective on how dating works in these different places. And I would say Vegas is not the easiest place to date when it comes to online dating for sure. Because you always see the money signs come up at some point. Boston, not easy place either. Boston's very much like a who do you know sort of city. Real talk, like if you go there and you go out with your friends in Boston, you will not talk to a single stranger all night. Like you will only hang out with the people you're with, and it's very who do you know in this city. I would say maybe the Midwest might be the worst place to date, just because like it's so real. Like you fall in love, they break your heart, they marry, the most beautiful people. Taiwan, easily the easiest place to date. Taiwan, you just show up. You're different. You're not Asian. You're not Taiwanese. So I swear to God, it was hard coming back because I wasn't used to having a personality. I was like, I can get away with just showing up. And then you come back and you're like, oh, I have to work. No, I would say Vegas is a super friendly city. I love this city. I really do. Just a hard city to date in, I think. So, but anyway, moving on. So I kind of live two lives. Like I do this as a hobby. I'm also like a school psychologist during the day. I know it sounds weird. But I work with kids, and that has its advantages and disadvantages like any other job. I read a lot of books. I do like tutoring after school. Anybody ever heard of the Rainbow Fish? Anybody ever heard of the Rainbow Fish? Classic book. It's about this like super shiny fish. Has a bunch of shiny scales. You know it? Yeah. And then he or she, I think it's non-gender biased, whatever, gender binary. But anyway, this fish is like super blinged out, and he doesn't understand or she doesn't understand why he doesn't have any friends. And they go to like this ancient octopus, and the octopus is like, well, maybe you should try giving away some of your shiny scales to people. And the rainbow fish is like, all right, sure. And so the rainbow fish starts giving away all its scales, and it becomes super happy, which is sweet. What I realized, though, it's like socialism, which I don't feel like anything toward, like I'm not on any side of the political spectrum. I just was thinking like, all right, this fish, this rainbow fish, has all the resources and is like, all right, I guess I'll just give my resources to people that don't have any resources. So socialism, but I'm kind of into it because it made me feel good. This other book I was reading today with this kid is called The Bug in a Wish. And I was kind of laughing because, I was feeling bad about laughing about this, but basically there's this part of the book where this kid's like walking to school and he's feeling really down, and you're not sure yet like why this kid's feeling so down. Turns out he tripped the day before, and all these kids are making fun of him. And this bully goes up to this kid and he's like, hey, you get some walking lessons, since yesterday? And I swear to God, I almost started like busting out laughing just because like this rip was so solid. I was like, man, this kid just got burned for tripping over his feet yesterday. And this other kid's like, did you get walking lessons? I don't know. It was good, but anyway, how much time do I have left or whatever? Doesn't matter. 1 minute. All right, fair enough. Anybody into tarot cards by chance? Or I like recently got into tarot. So I feel like for the last like 5 years, I've been like being told, data-based decision making, like evidence-based practice. And in the last like year, I was like, you know what? Like I want to explore the magical, mysterious qualities of the universe. And I'm really happy I have. And I swear to God, like girls straight up are so into tarot. So if anybody's like looking to meet chicks, learn your tarot cards. Like know what your, stuff means. But anyway, this place is sick. Thank you so much. Thank you to all the artists that killed tonight, and have a great night. Get home safe. We'll see you around.
Thank you.